To what? Yes, we do have one right here.
How are you doing? Good. It's
Okay.
only at a one.
Okay, just the one?
Every day.
Every day.
Okay. We will do that. There, okay. Call this meeting of the Perryton Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members are present. This meeting has been duly called. Notice this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Would you all pray with me, please? Dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for the many, many blessings that you brought before us. We thank you, first off, for the moisture that we received this week, and hopefully for the moisture we receive yet tonight. Step out into a wet evening after the meeting would be awesome. We thank you for the ability to be here to guide and direct the Perryton Independent School District. We ask that you grace us all with your wisdom, that everything we decide, everything we do be within your will for us and for this district. In thy heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We do have one person that signed up for open forum. Mr. Schellenberger, you will have 5 minutes. I'll start a timer here, and I will give you a one when you get to 1 minute.
Okay.
You are ready to roll.
Okay. First of all, just in case you don't know me, my name's Jeff Schellenberger, longtime educator here at Perryton. And first of all, I just want to thank you guys for serving on the board. And Jed, I know it's a thankless job a lot of times, but I want to say thank you for your willingness to serve on this board. I feel like we've got some really good things going on at Perryton ISD. I was doing cartwheels on May the 6th when the board passed. I love our approach to campus security, the Grow Your Own program. There's a lot of really good things going on at Perryton ISD. But that doesn't mean we don't have issues, and we have some issues. We have too many good coaches, teachers, families, sitting board members leaving Perryton. There's a stigma, I don't know if you know this, but there's a stigma in coaching profession. I've been told superintendent, but I know for a fact coaching profession and the Panhandle don't go to Perryton. And I think the reason for that is there's a huge misconception about the role of the school board. If you look at the role of the school board on the TASB website, there's 5 bullet points. And really you can roll them into 2. And one of them, and you know this, I don't know that our community knows this, hire and evaluate a superintendent. And the rest of them can be rolled into one thing, and it's to set policy. And that's it. We have a misconception, and we have for a long time in this town and this board. I mean, like back before you guys were on the board, and probably when I was in high school, for a long, long time, that we don't understand those roles of the board as a community. We don't understand chain of command. And it goes both ways to an extent, and it has for a long, long time. When we have parents calling board members to complain about scheme or my kid's playing time, that's not right. If the board member sits and listens to it and says they're going to do something about it, that's not right. If we're in a season and we have board members that are calling coaches, trying to recruit them to come be a head coach for that program, that's not right. If we're a board that goes against a recommendation from an athletic director, and I'm talking from a coaching standpoint because that's where I am, but this applies across the board. Teachers, sponsors, you name it. But if you get a recommendation from an athletic director and a superintendent, and we vote against it because that person's too green, in your opinion, you're not the professional. You're an elected position, and I get that. But that's his job, and that's the administrator's job. That's why we pay them with our tax dollars to do that. if this guy right here is gonna interview for the job I think he's gonna interview, and he doesn't understand, and he doesn't feel confident that he's got a chain of command, he's not gonna be here very long, just like the rest of them. And so, just understand, most of you know me, I know some of you better than others. I love this school. I've poured my life into this school. I love this town. But we got to do better, all of us, and I'm including myself. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach.
Next item on the agenda, reorganization of the board. Which first, gladly introduce our new board member. Jed Simons was elected newly to the board on May the 6th, on the date that we had. We don't have a presentation for tonight, a public presentation for our outgoing board member, for Lloyd Cater, but I do want to say publicly on the Facebook, we do as a board and as a district appreciate everything that Lloyd has done for our district, the time that he spent on the board, and the time that he spent working for the betterment of the district and betterment of a student of the district. We truly appreciate what he was able to do, and I'll have a chance, I will run him down tomorrow morning and be able to.
We have a gift for him.
And we have a gift for him as well over there to get him chased down and be able to tell him that personally. But I did want to say that publicly as well, that I do truly appreciate the work that Lloyd has put into this board over the years. Has seen some pretty trying times on this board as well as some good times. So he's been one that's seen both sides of the spectrum. So our first, this is in the opposite order. We need to swear in a new board member. So Jed, if you want to come up here behind what will now be your chair. Once you pick a spot, it's yours forever. So for the next 20 years, you can be.
New name.
And that was my next thing. So, and our two existing board members that also need to be sworn, if you guys would like to stand, y'all raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Ramon Velson,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Perryton ISD Board of Trustees
of Perryton ISD Board of Trustees
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and I will, to the best of my ability,
and I will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state.
Say it again.
The Constitution and the laws
the Constitution
and the laws
of the United
of
States
the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, gentlemen. Welcome, Jed.
Good job.
I live a lot of my life by movie references, and every time I say that, I state your name. You think back to a movie called Animal House. I state your name.
Name.
Okay, next, as I read this word for word, is placed in front of us. Floor is now open for nominations for board president.
Nominate Wes Bill.
Second.
Accepted to nominate some guy named Wes Beal. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are closed. All in favor of Wes Beal as board president? All opposed? Motion carries 6-0-1.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was the
I
fastest
think.
nodded I've ever seen in my life.
Floor is now for nomination for board vice president.
Richard B.A.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to nominate Richard B.A. Any other nominations? Seeing none, all in favor of Richard B.A. as board vice president? All opposed? Motion carries 6-0-1. Floor is now open for nominations for board secretary.
I would nominate Jed Simons for board secretary.
Second.
Moved and seconded to nominate Jed Simons for board secretary. Any other nominations? Seeing none, all in favor of Jed as board secretary, raise your right hand. All opposed? Motion carries 6-0 with one abstention.
New guy.
Congratulations to all.
She helps you fill it out, it's not. You just signed it last way every time.
Do you want to go?
We can do that first if we want, before we get to anything else, and I won't forget it later. We do have one entry for a diesel bid here from Frank Oil. Get that taken care of so they can get their stuff taken care of. And the bid for Frank for one transport load of ultra-low sulfur number 2 diesel fuel, undyed, at $2.7247 per gallon. As it is the only bid, the board or the chair would recognize a motion to accept that bid.
Motion.
Second.
Move to second to accept the bid from Frank Oil at $2.7247. Any additional discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next on the agenda is reassignment of committees. 3 main committees that board members serve on. I added one on there that we forgot to put on there. It was the safety committee,
Oh, yeah. Lord.
because Lloyd was positioned on the safety
on that.
committee. So,
You're right.
Uncle Tree Appraisal District, the Ranger Academic Education Foundation Committee, and the Safe Schools Committee. I'm missing a word within the title of that committee.
I prefer to remain on the the president's committee.
Same.
Because currently it is you,
Us 3.
Sarah.
all 3 of y'all there. Unless someone had an objection, we remain the same with the same
You good now? Yeah, I'm good with it.
folks that are there. The
Yeah, you're not allowed on Ranger.
RAFE committee is me and Bryce. There's just the 2 of us that are on there.
I think that's right. I wasn't on
Were you on there, Richard, too?
there. I thought
Yeah,
I
he
was
was.
on there, but-
Both?
There may be 3.
I thought I was on there, so I think you have to, I would choose to step off that committee. I haven't received a call all year, so
Okay.
I assume that's wanted around
Do,
here.
do we have a volunteer to fill that 3rd position?
Guess I will.
Okay, I was gonna say, because the next step is I bring out the little whirling dial, and wherever it lands, it lands.
Yeah.
And then we do also need one person to fill Lloyd's position on the safety committee. Meets 3 times a year. Board president and 1 board member. Law enforcement from the community, superintendent, safety gurus. I gave you both a new title, safety gurus. And me just to work on
That's a lot.
on the safety considerations. There's only certain things you can really say coming out of that meeting on the safety consideration of the school and different policies and different things we have. So
Required by the state of.
it is required by the state that we have board president and 1 board member on that committee.
I'll go on it.
Okay, add Chris to that. Thank you. Reports. Superintendent's report, Mr. Morales.
All right, don't have a lot, just want to let y'all know that the testing is over for the year, STAR testing. I want to brag on our testing district coordinator. She did a very good job, very few issues. I also want to brag on our technology. Very few kids were dropped during the test. It went smooth, as smooth as it possibly could, so I do want to brag there. I want to brag on all our testing coordinators from each building, because they have a lot to do in each building to make sure everything happens right. And then on the teachers, the teachers did an excellent job preparing the kids. Not sure exactly the length of how long it took the kids to take the test, whether we were trying harder or what the deal was, but it was kids were on the test for a long time. So I'm guessing it was good, and they were trying to do. So I do want to thank the kids for that. Update on our ESSER money. Guys, this summer we're starting off right off the bat with the windows at Kinder, air conditioning at the high school gym, air conditioning units at Williams, and then we'll move over to Wright. So busy summer, trying to move around the maintenance people working and our summer school and all that going on. So it's going to be a very busy summer. And then I just got a picture not too long ago of our new welding facility. that's going up. I mean, it's looking really good, and things look like it's gonna be on time, and it'll be ready by the beginning of school. So a lot of things happening, and like Coach said earlier, a lot of good things happening in our district. And just wanted to give you a kind of an update on that. Next thing I have is resignations. The below personnel have submitted their resignation effective the end of the 22-23 school year. Juliana Chavares, Wright Elementary nurse; Jan Reed, junior high teacher coach; Chad Farmer, high school coach and teacher; Delma Habather, high school teacher; and Kirk Habather, athletic director. And then I think we're ready for
Okay. Start off with campus reports, and we'll start at the Ludi Pena Martin Center. There you are.
One thing I would like to add that I didn't put in my report is that in total, we have served or facilitated 51 DAP placements this year. That's a lot. And so I just wanted you to know that, and we'll be starting the school year next year with some leftover of those. We'll probably have 6 when we get started. So we're sitting right now, and a couple of students from other districts, their school year ended, so they're gone. And we have 15. Any questions about graduation or what that looks like?
Thursday night,
Yes, sir.
junior high,
Yes.
at X o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. please.
Next Thursday.
Yes.
Yes, week from today.
Yes. And we probably, likely, will have a couple of students that are gonna walk without paper because we don't know what their test scores are. And so, if you have questions about that, I'd be glad to talk to you about it. I feel like they've worked really hard to get here. And so we're gonna allow them to do that, and we'll shred their diplomas if they end up not passing. And we have a plan for summer school, how to try to help them go ahead and retake that test, and we'll have a different graduation date, but,
Colleges do that.
right, we're gonna do it. So, I hope that you understand that and are on board with that. Thank you very much.
Perryton High School.
Hello. So we had our award assembly this week, and I am pleased to say that with the generosity of our community, businesses, and organizations, we have $107,000 in donated scholarships to our graduating seniors.
Cool.
And I did make a mistake on my board report. The choir concert is on May 22nd, so you can still go to that. It's next week.
You guys are wondering what my next page is, aren't you?
I'm just waiting.
Got one of you at each door.
Yeah.
Ready to report, Ms. Wheeler.
Awesome. I've got a long list of things here. So, one of the things, I just want to thank all my teachers right now and staff members, because this is the time of year when we get to recognize the kids. They're participating in celebration activities, recognition activities, and I have a lot of teachers and staff members that pull together to help make all that happen. So I just want to recognize them. We had NJHS induction last week. It was wonderful. We've had the band and choir concerts. If you didn't get a chance to see that choir concert this week, go on our YouTube channel. Miss Aruda has done an amazing job with that junior high choir, so you really need to see that. Those kids went all out. It was fantastic. We have tomorrow the awards assembly and the annual dodgeball tournament. So that's a big day. And then, of course, next Tuesday, we will have 8th grade promotion next Tuesday night, which will be our second year to have that. It's great to recognize all of those 8th graders for completing junior high, because junior high's tough. So we want to give them some kudos for making it through those 3 years. And now we're getting ready for next year, and we're going to launch a program. I've been talking to Mr. Morales for this year about, it's called Watchdogs. And what it is it's dads of great students. They don't necessarily have to be dads. They can be uncles, they can be grandpas. But what research had found was a lot of kids didn't have strong, positive male role models. at home or in their lives. And so it's just strong, positive male role models coming to campus, and they might help with arrival, dismissal, cafeteria hall monitor. They might help students in a classroom with assignments. They have to be vetted, they have to apply, they have to pass a background check, much like a substitute would. They are not allowed in student restrooms. There are a lot of parameters around it to make sure that our students are still kept safe. But it's an opportunity for them to see strong male positive role models on campus and around. So we're getting ready to launch that application. It's been introduced to Crime Stoppers, and we'll be putting that application online very soon. And then we will have a launch party in August to get it all started and schedule those. It'll be very structured, so it won't just be people showing up, hey, I want to be a watchdog today, but it actually has to have some structure and parameters around it, but we're excited about that.
Sandy, it's used extensively. The other districts in the state are already using this.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, other districts in the state have used it. Mr. Morales, I believe
I've
they used
used
it
it
at Garden
before.
City. So,
They
it's-
presented about it in our training,
Mhm. So
Region 16.
we're excited about getting that going as well.
Good, that'll be good.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Let's move to Williams. Mr. Gates,
It's all good at Williams,
quick and easy.
quick and easy. I want to just congratulate our staff again for another great year and all the things they've done and accomplished. And also, I want to say thanks to Jody and Ashley for the great job they've done, because we've got a good thing going. But it's all good at Williams.
Move across to Ray.
We've had a fantastic year at Wright. Reed is always such a help to Ashley and I, so I appreciate those kind words from him. Third grade has recently finished up research projects on states and countries, and they presented to parents today. We had 90% of parental attendance this morning. We'll post some pictures on Facebook. The students chose a food from their country or their state to fix. They dressed up. They went through the whole research process, and so they've been working on that since the STAR test was over. So with it being a little earlier in the year, they've had that opportunity to do something great. This is the first year for it, and the parents today and yesterday were so appreciative of everything and all the things their kids learned. Second thing, we had our field day today. We were thankful for the moisture, and the kids did great running through the light mist and rain.
Good, that's good.
But Coach Hayden and Jessica Castanon put on a fantastic field day for all of our students with the help of all the teachers and paras at Wright. And I mean, every kid was smiling and having a great time, so I appreciate all the work that went into that. You don't have anything for questions or anything for me? Okay.
I think that, like, state project y'all did, we didn't do that till high school, so that's really cool y'all are doing it with the little ones.
Yes. And the countries were so fun, so we have lots of ideas
Sorry,
to
state and
expand
country.
that, yes, for next year.
Oh, Gail, that would be-
Kinder.
I made it. I just zoomed
You made
in.
it.
All
You did.
I
Perfect
really
time.
have to add is just a big thank you to all the people at my campus. Had some health issues at my house, and for the past 10 days, those people have stepped up and taken care of everything as far as kids go, and they've taken care of me personally, just like Reed and Jody and Sandy and all of my colleagues have done for the past however many years. So I also just want to say thank you. This is my last board meeting with you guys. And at some point, everybody in here has taken a chance on me, and I appreciate that. So, thank you, and not goodbye, but until next time.
There it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashley.
Got some Kinder stuff.
Yep.
Director's report. It was a long report from Alan here. What else do you have other than, do you have anything else to add to what you've got? This is all stuff we're going to talk about.
That's it. He's got a busy summer.
A busy summer.
Thank you for that, though.
Yeah, that was
Thought
good.
into that. Yes, sir.
It is.
It is.
And it's exactly what we talked about a month
Yeah,
ago. That
it's perfect.
we need to have this in front of us. You'll see you know, what kind of direction we need to go to. So that was a lot of work, so thank you for putting it together.
I read it, even though I was on a beach. It was important.
Communication and safety.
Nothing on the communication side since I submitted my board report, we had another audit done, door audit out of campus, and no doors open, so very good job.
I think I met the door guy yesterday.
You met with him?
I'm down at the school board
yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was.
probably, but.
He said people know me as the door guy, but I do much more than that. I want to be known as more than just the door
The
guy.
scary door guy.
And then I just wanted to add, I'm very excited that the bond passed from a safety, security standpoint. I think there's a lot to be done, so we're fortunate with that.
What did you have on the new web design? You've got pictures.
Got pictures.
Why do we have to take pictures?
Well,
And
I looked at some other districts' websites, and I don't know, like, before I moved here, I didn't know anybody except Bryce, because he sold us our house. So I think it helped people be more familiar with y'all.
So can we choose one of these people's pictures and have them be us?
Just an idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea. Everyone just takes pictures.
I understand, but
That-
nobody likes
With
it.
the
We can
H.
talk about it more and get some plan.
That would be a little.
Would you like Hogwarts style and like too old? Never got the reference? Oh.
SSA, Miss Hugo.
We got
Really
it.
nothing to add, except all of the referrals have come to the SSA now. We don't have any out, so they're all in the process of testing. And unlike state testing, which is over, SSA evaluation assessment will continue through the month of June.
Does it stop in the summer at all?
Yes, the contracts for the girls at our office are out June 16th.
Okay.
So they will continue to test through June. I could pick up some additional testing beyond that.
Okay. And then when does it
They've
pick back
worked-
up? Just
They've
for-
worked very, very hard this year, and they continue to work hard, and they will for the rest of it. We come back up, we start back up July 31st in our office.
Not much break. That's hard.
Can I just say one thing about the SSA? They have worked so hard this year to, really get those kids identified. And I know all the schools appreciate it, but Wright greatly appreciates us being able to identify those students through their hard work so that we can have early intervention for those students. So thank you so much, Susie.
Very good. Any other questions? Food service, Ms. Walker.
Well, I'm here because my husband's surgery got postponed, so that's a change, but I don't really have anything to add. We're just working hard on collecting end-of-year IOUs and getting ready for summer school meals.
Okay.
And the USDA is trying to take away chocolate milk. I
You
saw
know more
that.
than I know.
I
don't
hope
think
it's
I've
wrong.
seen
I was
anything.
like, I shared the post and was like, this is ridiculous.
No, I'd like to.
It happened.
I would like to keep
Email
chocolate
me
milk.
that if you can, and I'd like to see where that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
I shared it on my social media, not that
We
anybody
have
pays
not
attention.
heard
I know.
it.
They were probably just talking about it, and some news outlet was like, "Ah, oh no,
Yeah.
kids are eating too much sugar." I'm like, actually, those
Proposals are
cafeteria
bad.
ladies do miracles, but
Ranger Roundup.
She's up there.
There she
There
is,
she is.
okay. Is she after?
I'm out here. I just wanted to add a few updates to my report. Dr. Rock asked me to give a little bit more specifics on our wait list. So we currently, we hired an infant teacher to add to our team several weeks ago because we have 6 children on our infant waiting list. 2 of those need to start next month, and then 3 of those are expecting teachers in our community or staff members within our building. So we are accommodating that. We have 74 children. I'm really excited about that personally because my goal when I took over as a director was to have 75 children.
Hey!
I actually will be meeting that goal next week when other kids start, so I'm really excited about that. My permit says we can have 125 kids, but there's no way I could add any more children to our campus right now, so we're working on a lot of things, and I know y'all are all aware of what we have going on. If y'all want to meet with me about any of that or any of the people involved, please feel free to give me a call. There's a lot that goes into that as far as permitting and licensing goes. And so we're really, really rolling through all of the expectations that the state puts on us to be able to get that program started. And then summer waivers, licensing has a lot of rules for us, and they put new updates out last year, and the last of those updates came out in March. So I'm working on our waivers for the summer to make sure our kids can still get some water activities outside, get some time to go to the pool, things like that, with all the restrictions that are put on us as a licensed campus. So, but we're working really hard on all of that. If anybody wants to come and walk our kids over to the pool, we will welcome extra volunteers. Give us a call. We're happy to have you. And to our new board members, thank you so much for your willingness to serve our community. It is that time of year for me to update with licensing controlling persons, so I'm just going to leave this attached thank you card and the form that I'll need filled out. I have 5 days to update this, so if y'all could just get, there's contact information for me in 3 different areas. I'll just leave this at the end, and if y'all could get that to me, I would really, really appreciate it. Any questions for me? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I have not seen Dr. Rock.
She's,
So curriculum and instruction report are presented in our
we
folder.
have Teresa that's gonna fill in.
Oh, well, cool.
I think the only thing to add is DEIC met, and we did our needs assessment for our district improvement plan, and I'm just gonna brag on everyone that attended, parents, campus admin, teachers. They were having really good conversations. They were going through our current year's dip to see what we needed to keep, what we might want to eliminate for next year. It was a really great meeting. So I'll be working on that and getting a copy to you soon. So, that's all I have.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you very much. Ms. Morantz?
There's nothing unusual in the disbursements. We're really just trying to keep up with all the activities going on right now. Of course, Belinda does a wonderful job keeping everybody straight on all that.
Other than the post office losing a fairly large check?
Yeah. They actually, I purposely had us deliver it with tracking overnight. They delivered it to the IRS's office in a completely different zip code.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? We did receive the check back and were able to shred it and everything.
Fun. Yeah. No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, other than that, everything's good. And we made it on time without the 1.5% penalty on not paying that on time.
Cool.
We received our preliminary tax numbers. That's on page 113. From this point last year, whenever we received the preliminary taxable values, we're up 4.68%. And then it's broken down there on the bottom. If we kind of go with the average, we may see a small increase in taxable values, but we'll really not get that number until July. And with legislature in session right now, I can't really even estimate anything at this point till next month. So we'll see where we're at on budget at that point. The only bad news I have with budget is I spoke with our insurance rep yesterday, and we're looking at about a 35% increase on property.
35%?
Yes, sir. So that equals about 82,000. Last year we went up, it was 40 or 60, I can't remember at this point. 40 or 60,000 last year, and then this year we're looking at 35%.
Are similar providers looking at a similar type of a number for schools?
Yes.
Because it certainly looks like time to look at a different provider and see what they would come back as.
Another thing that may help us is if we enter into another multi-year with that same company. For example, AISD was increased 45%.
Oof.
It's the same policy, apples to apples, same deductibles, same everything going across.
And I told him we need to see another breakdown of a buy down where we can buy down our wind and hail, because that's, the one we'd most likely get hit with.
Yeah. Yeah. Do some,
Missed my doomsday talk about what's coming next year because the oil and gas prices are all down.
did he or did I? I'm sorry.
I threw rain on everybody's parade last week. I think in one of the meetings it just said natural gas prices are down. So although they've retained, as they usually do, value from last year when prices were good, we're going to get hit on the local tax base.
Yes.
We're throwing bad news out there, so I'm just not for you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Round that out.
And we're finishing the year pretty close to where we started on enrollment, just down by 7. So.
Remind me what we based it on.
We based ADA, so our funding on 1900.
Perfect.
Even though it says 1927, that doesn't take into account the pre-K, all that.
any other questions? Board will now convene in a closed session to discuss the following items posted on our agenda this evening as allowed by Texas Government Code 551.074 personnel, 551.071 attorney consultation, and 551.076 security devices. It is now 6:37. No voting will take place in the closed meeting. Any action the board wishes to take, as we're told, a discussion in closed session will take place after the board reconvenes in open session.